We're joined again now by our own Ryan Kessler, live outside the courthouse. Ryan, what did Sidhu say to the families of his victims?
Well, Carlisle, it truly is almost impossible to put into words the sorrow and the grief that was felt in that courtroom. But today there was a sense of anticipation. Many people talking about whether Jaskirat Sidhu will actually speak in court. Many people wanting to know how he will respond to those 90 heart-wrenching victim impact statements. And so Sidhu stood in court, turned his body towards the gallery, and started to speak. Through tears, Jaskirat Sidhu apologized and took full responsibility for last April's crash, saying it resulted from his lack of experience. He'd been a semi-truck driver for 3 weeks, and it was his first week alone, saying, "I can't even imagine what you guys are going through or what you have been through. I have taken the most valuable things of your life."
He's just a little bit older than my son. Had to have a lot of courage to stand up and address us all.
Court heard prior to the crash, Sidhu was distracted by a tarp flapping on the semi's trailer. He stated, "I came out of the truck and I heard the kids crying. Until that time, I had not known what happened. It took me time to realize it's a bus."
It would be nice to know exactly what happened, but I understand that that must be a very, very difficult thing.
Sidhu was born and raised in India before he gained permanent residency in Canada. A sentence of more than 6 months would mean an order to remove him from the country. His lawyer presented case law suggesting a sentence between 18 months and 4.5 years. He says the judge may consider a lifetime driving ban. The Crown's recommendation, a 10-year concurrent sentence with a 10-year driving ban to follow.
The court has a particularly difficult job as there is no sentencing precedent in Canada for a case such as this.
Now, Sidhu did not answer any questions that were asked of him by reporters as he left the courthouse today. His lawyer, Mark Brayford, also declined to comment. But we did learn more about Sidhu as part of the sentencing process. Global's Sarah Kamadina explains just how Sidhu came to be the driver of this truck. Now, the judge says it will take some time to consider these legal arguments and also some time to consider those 90 victim impact statements. She has reserved her decision until March 22nd.
Now, Ryan, today was the first day we actually heard some numbers about how long Sidhu may end up spending in custody. So how did the families react to those arguments?
Well, we spoke to the family of Mark Cross as they left the courthouse today, and you saw in that story just how impactful emotionally and the toll that this has taken on them. And really, the experiences of the families are all unique to each person affected by this. Some people don't care at all what the sentence is. They just wanted to see Sidhu take responsibility. Other people hope for the maximum sentence. Some people want a new precedent set. So really, there is a wide range of what people are hoping will come out of all of this.
Now, as I understand, there was a deceased Broncos parent, Evan Thomas's father, Scott, actually. He had a conversation one-on-one with Sidhu before the proceedings ever started. What can you tell us about that?
Well, that's correct. Scott Thomas has said for a few months now that he would actually consider speaking with Jaskirat Sidhu. And for him, that opportunity came Wednesday when Sidhu's brother actually approached him and asked if Scott would meet with Sidhu. So they spent about 15 minutes together, and Thomas doesn't want to actually say what the contents of that conversation were, just because he wanted to respect the feelings of the other Broncos families involved. But Scott Thomas called this the most emotional experience of his life. He said it was definitely something that he wanted to have done, and he was very grateful for what he considered an opportunity to speak with Jaskirat Sidhu. Carlisle?
All right, Ryan, thank you very much to you and the entire Global team who's been covering these proceedings all week long. That's Ryan Kessler reporting live from Melfort.